Drama, drama, drama.
Hi everyone, this is Miss Doyle, drama teacher, and today I'd like to invite you to make something at home. Make a little piece of theater scenery. Now, in this time when we can't all go out and do our theater projects together, this is a way you can make a small theater project at home, and you only need things that you already have around the house and a brother or sister or a family member to help you operate this. This is called a cranky, and it doesn't mean grouchy or mean or in a bad mood. It's a theater device that you crank. So I made this one out of fabric, and this is scenery upon which to perform a play. So this I made for a show where I had a fish swimming down, down, down into the depths of the ocean. I did not make the wooden frame. Another professional made that, but I did design and build the fabric scroll. So today, I'm not asking you to get too fancy and build the wooden frame. It's tricky, even for me, but I'd like to invite you to build your own scroll. A scroll can also work without the frame. This is a scroll of stars, and it can lift above, behind, or even beneath a character. And today we'll make paper crankies, paper scrolls. You can make them out of toilet paper rolls, or even those tiny little rolls that hold on to doggy bags. That's a tiny, cute little scroll. Now, I didn't draw any pictures or sew any images onto them. That's for you to do later. Today in this video, I just want to teach you how to make the basic scroll for the cranky. Sound good? If it's a small one like this, you don't even need a helper, although it's fun to have a partner. You can just do it by yourself. But if you want to have little figures operating in front, telling a story with little dolls or figures or anything you want, you'll probably want a friend or a sibling to help you pull it and scroll it. All right, let's go for it. All right, so hi everyone. To make a cranky by hand, it's really pretty simple. We can do this with very few materials. First off, you need something to roll the paper on. These are toilet paper rolls. They come inside after you've used up the roll of toilet paper. You can also use these. These come from the paper towel rolls after you've used the paper towel. And a funny other little thing I discovered is you can use these. They're very tiny, but these are the rolls that you find inside the doggy refuse bags. So if you ever have a dog or know someone who has a dog, you can save these little rolls. They attach to the leashes, and you can roll up about a dozen bags on them. You can save these. These are all free and things that many, almost all of us have these around the house anyway. Then you'll need a pair of scissors, any kind of scissors, doesn't have to be fancy or even too sharp. Some masking tape. You could use other tapes, but this is probably the best and the easiest and even the least expensive. And I think it works the best. Then you need something to draw with. It can be a crayon, it can be a marker, it can be a Sharpie, it can be a pen, or a pencil, anything you choose. And lastly, you'll need some paper, a long piece of paper. So I have today purple, blue, and orange, but you can use white. You can even use recycled paper like newspaper, because that's already nice and long if you have a newspaper around. There's just lots of ways you can get creative. You can even use fabric. I've certainly done that too. So I'll just start with the toilet paper rolls. You want to get a piece of paper, relatively long. I would say like longer than your arm, or about 24 inches long, but it really is up to you. And then you want to look at the roll. How long is that? Okay, so I'm going to mark it, and I happen to be using a Sharpie. They're good to see on a camera, but like I said, crayons work well, everything works well. You already probably have one line established, so you can just make a line as long as the paper runs. Just keep moving that roll down and marking. Then you'll see you get kind of a dotted line. Looks a little messy, so we can use a ruler. I should have mentioned you can use a ruler. You know what though? You don't need a ruler exactly. You can also just connect the dots. But it is nice to have a ruler, isn't it? So then we're going to put the cap back on the marker. We know that from school, right? Put the cap back on the marker. Okay, so now I'm going to cut that line. Nice and easy, breezy, mac and cheesy. Cutting that line, right? Okay. Okay, so now we have a nice, clean, even piece of long paper. And we have these two old cardboard paper rolls. So I'm going to just very simply stretch one out, and I'm going to take a piece of tape and attach it to this roll. Now, when you use this masking tape, you can rip it, of course, like this. You want to rip it as long as the paper, and you're not going all the way to the edge. You're leaving a little bit of the roll on either side. By the way, you can also cut the tape if you want to have a nice clean edge. Looks neater, you know, it's up to you. And I'll just put that clean edge over the ripped edge. Okay, great. And now we're gonna roll. It's funny, that's what these are for, right? They were originally for rolls, and we're making them for rolls. Again, although this is not toilet tissue now, this is a cranky screen. So when you're almost at the edge, you're gonna get your other roll and roll that one in. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna use the tape. I think I like cutting it just because it looks just a little more finished. So I'm going to cut the tape. All right, maybe just to be careful, I'll cut a second piece. And I'll even tape down the tape, which is kind of a funny thing to do. And if there's any extra, I tuck it into the roll. Okay, great. So all that stuff is now trash. Now, I want to cap that marker. I don't see the marker cap. Okay, there it is. Important. Okay. So can you see what we're doing? We just made a cranky roll. It can open this way. It can also move this way. So this is a vertical cranky. This would be a horizontal cranky. It's up to you. It really just depends on the story that you want to tell with your cranky screen. For example, if it's Tiki Tiki Tambo falling down a well and you want to make the well gets longer and longer and longer and longer, and it falls down, and we see, oh, he's falling down. Or if you want to make the background scene, and we have a little, we have hills and mountains and butterflies, and you can make it go horizontal through the hills. Whatever you like. That's just one little quick example. Of course, we have to make the picture on top of this. And the picture, we use markers, pencils, crayons, really anything you want. I wouldn't use paint, however, because paint takes a little while to dry, and this cranky screen wants to keep rolling on itself. So you want to use something that dries quickly, like a marker. Okay, girls and boys, please give it a try. Make your own cranky screen. Start small and then get bigger and bigger and bigger. Have a blast. Okay, so I hope you understand that demonstration. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have fun making your own scrolls and crankies. Please send me pictures on the Google Classroom or the Class Dojo. I'm looking forward to seeing what you create. Enjoy!
Drama, 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 drama.